Good morning, folks. It is 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on April the 29th, 2022. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope our Creator is keeping you safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms so that we can bring awareness of what's going on our sun. And if you happen to be new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for any critical future updates should we happen to have any. And we are looking at our solar flare activity over here on spaceweatherlive.com, and as we can see, we did have an M flare pop off in M1.2, it looks like, which isn't too bad, but at the same time we're living down in a constant base of B flare. Okay, so our baseline is in the upper B's, so usually a low to possible a mid-level C or M flare is about as high as we're going to get usually when we're having a baseline of B. But we did have a couple of C flares the past few days, and we can take a look at those here in just a little bit. So far, and yes, I was kind of taking a day off yesterday. There was not a whole lot of Earth-directed flare activity or plasma filaments, so I didn't feel the need to really come in here and do any warning, but I have been keeping my eye on it, folks, so no worries there. And here we are looking at our Soho, or Lasko, Lasko C2 and then Lasko C3 kind of overlaid on top of each other, so we can actually see these eruptions a little bit here. We can see one coming off this direction, another one going off the bottom, one going off the top, one going off the backside over there. The sun is very active, but none of this is Earth directed, folks. Even with everything that we just saw, it's not coming at us. However, that is definitely something we want to keep our eyes out for. I mean, that was going off the backside, off the sides and top, kind of going away from us, but it does let us know that the sun overall is really waking up. And as we look over here at our KP index, we can see that on the 27th, we actually had some activity. We got into a G1. Right up here, we got to KP level 5, and it was kind of unexpected. Not sure if there was, there was a little bit of plasma discharge. However, what it was there was a weakening point in our geomagnetic field because the north and south poles were moving. So they were not expecting any kind of an impact. They weren't expecting this, and the only thing that they could figure was that the north and south pole must have been on the move. You know, even if it's on the move just a slight bit, it could create a weak point in our geomagnetic shield or field, and it could allow plasma to come in from outer space. So in this here, as we're looking at our Ace Mag and Sweep Ham, we can clearly see our BZ and our BT, and we can see where we took the one hit right here, boop, and it dropped down below -6 as it was up above +6. So it came down here. This was like almost like a little impact, but you don't see the impact here with the speed. You don't see it just all of a sudden like jump way up. And the temperature, you don't really see the temperature. See, in fact, if anything, look at this, a little bit afterwards, the temperature went down. Well, the temperature should spike up. When you're getting an impact, everything should jump. Density, yes, the density did jump up, but after the BZ went down. Do you see that? The BZ, which is like, if you want to look at this is our south pole and this is our north pole, all of a sudden it would just drop down, and then afterwards the density went up, and afterwards, like right here, the speed, it didn't go up that much. I mean, that's only 50 kilometers per second, and when you're talking about space weather, that's really not that much. So you can see here, it dropped down first all the way over here is where the drop began, and it was before anything else happened. So that tells us that the south pole moved, and we had a weakening, and that's why it dropped down and why we had an event. And anytime it goes below -6, you know, like here it is trying to recover. You can see the north and south pole trying to work itself back together, if you want to look at it that way. And it is recovered, and we're doing fine now. Oddly enough, as we are here looking at our sunspots, this is our magnetogram image. Okay, it's updated as of today. This is on Solar Ham. Let's count these out really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, plage means that they just haven't given them a sunspot name yet, or it's almost big enough to be given a sunspot grouping name. And this one's circled because they're interested in this one too. So that's a total of 13. I'm hoping everybody knows the significance of the number 13. However, as we get 2995, getting close to going around the limb, 2993 looks like it's right here at the crest, and 2994 is about to go around the bend. So actually prepare for activity out of this. In fact, our M flare came from right over here in this region. So I'll actually show you guys that here right now. And as we jump over here onto ISWA, we're going to look at SDO, 94 angstroms of light, so we can see this beautiful spectation here. Now, if you look here, this is the region that it came from. Watch right up in here. You remember how I've told you guys many times about chain reactions? You're about to see a chain reaction right here. Let's back it up a little bit. Now, you can see that all seems kind of quiet, and then there's little sparks and pops, but it starts here, and it's almost like lighting a fuse, and it comes all the way up here, and then this baby goes off. Watch this. It's really quite nice. Now, actually, if you look, it actually came from over here. It sparked it from over here. Look at that. Did you see that? It reached over and arced from here over to here, and now it starts the chain reaction. Just like that, lighting it, and kerboom. Just like lighting a fuse on a firecracker. And she gave us a nice little M flare. And that's what we got. Now, the other thing we have to keep, well, this doesn't quite go up far enough. Oh, maybe it did. After that one went, this guy goes off right over here and sends a C flare out. Now, this actually looks like there could be more directed towards us this way than this one. I'll actually show you guys that here in a minute. But you can see how it kind of reached out and comes down this way, which means it came out this way as well. So let's come on over here and let's take a look at 171 really fast. I've got us queued up for it. And here comes the pop. Right here. You can see that? That's a good plasma filament. But that's not coming at us. That's going up above us, over our heads. Thank goodness. I'd rather it go over us. And then we've got this guy right over here. Now, do you see how this kind of pushes out and it goes this way and this way? We might get a little bit of plasma coming out of that. Kind of reverse that. See how it kind of goes in and out? We could get a little bit out of that. But we'll have to keep our eye on it. Come on over here to the 304 and we'll take a look at it here. This is a little bit better for plasma watch. Let's just keep an eye on this region here. We can see it arcing over already. And plasma. Let's bring this up. Very beautiful prominence. Beautiful eruption. Quite nice. And actually, I'll show you guys something on this here that I didn't show you guys the other day. And then here we can see what's coming off. Could be affecting us here in the next few days. It's probably going to catch a little. It might even jump into that the solar winds from our coronal hole, which is right here. All right, let's come on down here. This is the coronal hole right here. So the winds are going to be affecting us, and let's see if we can see more on the 193 as those eruptions come off. We might be able to see a little bit more coming in our direction. We can see that prominence going up and off away from us from the M1, but let's take a look over here at the C flare. See how that moves off? Yeah, it could get over and get into that solar wind. We might get a little bit, but nothing I'm really too concerned about. Want to come over here and check the Lasko. And I do check this one too occasionally, but it wasn't really that interesting. So come over here. I want to watch and see what's going on with our eruption. And from 5:36 to 11:48, what's going on here? We can't see anything. Lasko has deleted the footage. What's going on, Lasko? And as we come over here to spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, we can see this right here is our M flare. This is our D region absorption prediction of the amount of X-rays that M flare popped off and gave us. And it looks like it got right over onto India and lit India. At the most concentrated point was right here in India. However, it pretty much covered the majority of Russia and Europe and Africa. And all the way down here, just got into the very tip of Australia, all of Asia. So yeah, but it was not a very long duration event. And then, you know, we're actually kind of in C flare at the moment, so we're going to get some snap, crackles, and pops. But we'll just have to keep our eyes open as we come on up here and we take a look at our KP index. Again, our asymmetric sweep time, we're bouncing right around -5, so we're actually recovering quite well. Not having any issues at the moment. Where is our... Oh, here we go. KP prediction, we're looking at 4s and 3s. And we're getting into some 2s as well. So it's possible if something major happened, we could have some issues for KP index. But again, I'll keep my eyes open. And as we come over here and we're looking at our Schumann, our Russian model for our Schumann, we can see that they're showing a power of 33, which spiked up right here yesterday. right around 1300 UTC time, or 1 o'clock. And as we can see here, we are on the rise. We're about to get some more activity. So there has been some snap, crackles, and pops according to the Russian model. As we come over here and check out our Italian model, we come over here, and our electromagnetic field actually looks to be doing okay. A little bit along the ground level, nothing too super noisy. Geophones are quiet. However, not so quiet. We're seeing some little snap, crackles, and pops here along geophones in the Italian model. We do have some electromagnetic noise going on, and we can see down here, it's kind of, isn't it funny again, they don't really give us a good indication from what this looks like until it gets down here, these turds. And we'll come down here and we'll take a look at the actual frequencies, and these are the frequencies that we're looking at, affecting the certain chakras of the body. And this right here is throughout the day so far this morning, and this has been the past few days. So we can see the chakra cleaning, different stuff on different days. And again, isn't it funny how it goes from just before 6 in the morning to just after 6 p.m. or 1800 UTC time? It's always right around this time. It's very interesting because not much goes on over the nighttime hours. I've always wondered about that. Folks, I do apologize for the background noise if you heard any. I had car alarms going off, and I was noisy here for a second, so I apologize for that. We're going to look over here at our National Data Buoy Center, and we got one going off near New York. Right over here near Philadelphia. What is going on here? Yep, we do have a buoy strike. Let's come over here and take a look at the details I got pulled up. It's not a super massive strike, but it's a strike nonetheless. And that is something we need to keep our eyes open, especially in the New York area. I mean, the whole East Coast is just very populated. So keep your eyes open in this area. Looked like it happened right around 4 o'clock in the morning, and it dropped. It didn't drop a whole ton, but it still dropped nonetheless. A strike is a strike. And these buoys are not known, they don't go off because of hurricanes or, any kind of storm activity. They're built for that. This is an immediate strike, like an immediate drop, like something almost like a volcano burp or an eruption, or whether it goes up or down or a tectonic plate shift, it'll just all of a sudden drop. That's kind of how they're designed. They're programmed pretty well. So I would definitely say, folks, keep your eyes open in this area. In fact, let's kind of zoom in. Yep, let's get a little bit closer. So this is the guy that's going off. And definitely if you live along the East Coast, Maryland, New Jersey, if you live in Jersey area, keep your eyes open. New York as well, Connecticut, Virginia. You guys just kind of keep out, because look at this. What are we along here? That's right. So be careful out there. Try not to be too close to the coast. But none of these other ones are going off, so we'll have to keep our eyes open and see what happened there. Just to make you guys aware, I did come over to earthquakesandvolcanosdiscovery.com, and I don't see any earthquakes. We had one over here right on the corner of West Virginia and Kentucky, right on the border, but nothing along the East Coast whatsoever. So I don't know what that could be. Definitely keep your eyes open, folks. I will be watching over this over the weekend, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward.